Hey guys, my name is Chase, and basically, this is my new YouTube channel. I'm just going to be trying to dedicate it to mainly just the weather, like upcoming big weather patterns and things like that. I'm based here in Abilene, Texas, so I've been in Texas my whole life, in Abilene, Texas. Uh, Basically, right here in the middle is where I live, right in the heart of Texas. And I've been a weather enthusiast for a long time, really since about middle school, and I'm 22 years old. So I look at the weather almost every day. I love it. There's so many cool things about it. Whether you're forecasting it or just learning about weather for the first time, it's really something cool because it affects all of us at some point. Um, but yeah, my goal is kind of just to dedicate this channel mainly to any type of weather that can impact parts of Texas, any part of Texas really. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And today is the 29th. It is Thursday, December 29th. And so we actually do have I'd say, pretty substantial upcoming storm system that's going to be impacting at least I'd say the eastern third of Texas on Monday the 2nd. So right after the new year, on January the 2nd, this is the day we're going to be watching here. Um, I'll go ahead and show you the Storm Prediction Center has actually already outlined a rare day 5 risk area. And when the Storm Prediction Center outlines something, it's pretty serious. They're the best in the business. Probably some of the smartest meteorologists in the world. They're always just pretty on point with their forecasts. But yeah, if you look here at their website, they already have a severe area outlines for Monday, this coming Monday. So if you click on that, we'll show you for day 5. This area right here, you got the whole state of Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma, portions of northeast Texas, basically the Arklatex region, northern Louisiana, western Tennessee. This area is already outlined in a day 5, 15% risk. The highest they can go through days 4 through 8 is 15 or 30%. So, and this translates to a basically a slight 2 out of 5 risk, basically the second level out of 5 they have on their scale. And it would not surprise me at all if, from what I'm seeing, if they basically usually when it's this big, they're probably going to upgrade it to something bigger than at 15% when it's this big. So I would honestly expect an enhanced 3 out of 5 risk or a 30% risk somewhere in this area right here. Yeah, if you look at some of the models, you'll see why some of us are worried for the severe weather risk here. Go here. And this is my first time talking about weather models, so I'll kind of give you all a rundown of the weather models. There's global weather models, and there's all kinds of sites for these, but there's global weather models where you have, the American model, which is, the GFS. It's the American model. Or the European model, also known as ECMWF. ECMWF. And these two models, the European model and the American model, are probably two of the best models for medium to long range you'll ever see in your life. I mean, these are the stepping stones of medium to long range forecast. Global models are mainly used for medium and long range forecast. And then once you're in the short range, that's where you have the mesoscale, where you're forecasting a day or two in advance, so you want to use the mesoscale models. And because Monday, January the 2nd is 5 days away, we can't use any of these short range models because the farthest they'll go is, for example, if you use this one here, the farthest the short range models go are about 84 hours out. So this would actually be timestamps right here, whether it's in Z time, but it gives you the date right here. This is going to be Sunday night through Monday morning, so that's as far as it goes. But our main event's going to be Monday evening. So we'll use the globals for now. But just to give you an idea of how this could look, if we go to the precip here, just kind of show you the broad picture of what the radar could look like basically. So your timestamp, if you're ever confused, is right up here, right? So here's today, tomorrow, Saturday, and look at this. We call this a bowling ball trough ejection, where it just kind of bowls on in like a bowling ball. See how it kind of just ejects from the west coast? We'll have this low pressure here coming here from the Rockies too. And right when it gets right here, this is I know it says Tuesday, but 00Z Tuesday is like Monday evening. So when we get to Monday evening right here, you got the bowling ball low from the Rockies right here. You get area of low pressure here, and then you have a high pressure off the east coast, and that is that's a clockwise flow. So it's just imagine it going like this, right? It's going clockwise, so it's pumping in some of that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico right up here, and then you got the cooler and dry air, and those two class. Basically, it's just a recipe for severe weather. I mean, I know most people say severe weather, Chase, is only, in the spring or summer or even fall. But if you're from the deep south in this area, you definitely know severe weather can happen in the winter. And we saw that a few weeks ago as well. So this is why the Storm Prediction Center is already concerned. I mean, you just got this large bowling ball here ejecting, clashing with that warm Gulf air right here. And we can look at the upper level pattern too of what the American or GFS thinks here too. This shows you a cool pattern, I think. So basically, anytime you see upper air patterns like this, think of the blue as colder than normal upper in the atmosphere. And anytime you see red, that's what we call ridging or warmer. Blue is colder and troughing. Red is ridging and warmer. So cold, warm. The colors basically give it away. So we'll go back on our timestamp here. Here's Friday and Saturday. Now I want you to look at the west coast right here, right? Watch how this bowling ball right here. See that? This is what we call a bowling ball trough right here. It just literally just bowls up, curls up, and then ejects off the Rockies. And once that ejects east towards this area of this ridge of high pressure, it's a classic look. You got colds clashing with the warm, and right in the middle, right here, this is where you're gonna have your severe weather right here. And the dew points. For this time of year, you're talking. Well into the 60s and even probably 70s near the Gulf. For severe weather, you really want dew points. For even the lowest severe weather, you want like 50 degrees or higher for dew points. But once you get in the 60s and even the bright orange, the 70-degree dew points, and dew points are a measure of moisture in the atmosphere. Once you get to the 70 dew points, that's when you really start pumping in that rich Gulf moisture. And it's already showing that here in Louisiana, eastern Texas. And then we have, because of that bowling ball trough, we have a dry line. And a dry line basically separates the warm, humid air from the dry, colder desert air that comes off of the desert southwest. And look at your timestamp. So this is 18Z. This is Monday afternoon. Lunchtime Monday, right? You just got perfect clash of that desert dry air and that warm Gulf air. Just literally just clashing together, and all that pushes east, right? And then, it just keeps pushing east off towards the east coast, and then that's basically what happens there. And then, as you can see, it just gets a little drier after that storm system moves through. So yeah, you basically got everything you need for a severe weather outbreak in the winter. You got that rich Gulf moisture right here, returning just in time for Monday. This is Monday, so you notice the day before. This is Saturday night, Sunday morning. The day before, it's just average wintertime dew points, just average in the middle between dry and warm. And then right when you get into Monday, I mean, it just surges north, and then you got that dry land right here, just in time for that to spark some nasty severe weather. And we don't know exactly the modes, but the Storm Prediction Center, they're saying right here. I mean, you can read it all right here, but I mean, if it does trend slower with the trough ejection, then it could evolve a little differently with the even bigger event. But to me, it's looking like mainly a squall line, so just a long line of storms, and then you'll have like your individual supercells, if any, do form ahead of the main line. And we can go over here. I can show you the European model on a different website here. This is an awesome website. It's called weathermodels.com. I think I pay like $10 for it or something per month, but it's honestly pretty good, especially if you want to be in the weather and get a lot of model data. But we'll go here. And we'll just basically see what the Euro thinks. I think right now the European and the American are pretty much in line, which is why the Storm Prediction Center is like really sounding the alarm. Like, hey, we got a big area of weather right here. Let's go here to the models, United States, and then we can look at what the European thinks, what the radar will look like too, if we load up this here. All right, so look at the West Coast. We got this coming in. This is Saturday morning, West Coast trough ejection, ejecting off the Rockies, and then boom. I mean, you even got a winter storm on the backside of this thing. I mean, low pressure's right here. Got the severe weather here in the Arclitex. Snow, pretty decent snow in Kansas, Nebraska on the backside of that low. This is Monday night, Tuesday morning. And so it's pretty in line with the American model. The European American model definitely do agree here. So that really is concerning, considering this is 5 days out, how much they agree already. And I know this is showing green, so you're thinking, well, where's the red and orange for the storms, Chase? Well, that's because, these are global models. These are mainly used for medium and long range forecasts. Once we get until tomorrow, some of the short range models, like these over here, we'll show more like this, where it won't be green. If that makes sense, because the global models only show like very low definition of what they could look like, but I mean these are going to be some nasty storms right here. And so yeah, that's basically the setup. Just wanted to give you a quick first video, just a rundown of the system impacting us literally the day after New Year's. So this is January 2nd. Again, mainly I'd say the eastern third of Texas, because once we get closer in the range, we'll probably have like a marginal 1 out of 5 risk surrounding this right here like this. But if you're in Dallas, I mean, DFW is already in just within the slight risk, and it wouldn't shock me if this shifted a little bit more west, especially if the trough slows down, like the Storm Prediction Center might think. Because if it slows down a little bit, then all this will push like a little bit to the west. Now, if the trough speeds up, then it'll push a little farther east. But I mean, if you're in Dallas, shoot, I'd even say Waco, northern side of Houston, maybe, mainly the piney woods of East Texas, mainly just along and east of I-35, mainly east of Dallas Fort Worth. But once we get closer, we'll see where exactly this kind of falls in place into. But just a general heads up, if you're in Dallas or just Tyler, this area right here, you really want to pay attention the next few days, because it could be a nocturnal event in the nighttime hours too, if it slows down. So all modes of severe weather, tornadoes, wind, hail are all possible here. I may give a little bit of an update tomorrow, and I'll definitely update probably Sunday, just to kind of see how this system evolves. But I mean, just what I've seen over the past few years, I really do think this is definitely going to cause some big time. I think some wind damage. There'll be some hail, but like if you look at we call this Cape, convective. Its CAPE stands for convective available potential energy, or CAPE. CAPE, right? CAPE right here. Uh, it's basically the amount of juice in the atmosphere. And for severe weather, the higher, the more severe weather. I'd say CAPE is on the medium side this round. So it's not extremely high, but it's not extremely low either. So it's like right in the middle. You just got a bunch of juice pumping in, which is not good. It'll just feed right into the storms with the shear for rotating storms. Um, right smack in the middle of the low and the high. So yeah, that's basically it for this first video. Uh, if the Storm Prediction Center does update tomorrow for the day 4 outlook, if they upgrade it to an enhanced 30%, I will definitely bring y'all an update. And yeah, we'll get into the short range models tomorrow too. So I'll probably give you an update here pretty quickly. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this first video. My goal here, mainly is just to stick to Texas weather. But I can also go into other areas too. But yeah, if you like the video, I want to see more. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, tell me where you live. Tell me if you want like a specific area forecast for where you may live. And yeah, hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.